Now, if you remember a while back, I posted a video, well, a year to be more specific, I posted a video with the title, How to Make Your Own Homemade Dit Da Jow. So I would say after a decent amount of research, reading up on the ingredients, looking up recipes, actually what Dit Da Jow recipes actually use, more common than putting in a lot more, maybe a little bit of the history behind it, I gathered enough information probably to make a decent Dit Da Jow. So pretty much based on the research I did, everything else, I would say it should work, but that's in theory, and now I can actually test it out. The thing is, make the product, but the real secret lies in how long it takes. So, like I said, 6 months to a year and then more. The longer you hold it, the more you brew it, the more potent and the more effective it is. So, since the last video, I believe it's been slightly over a year and a couple months. So, that's perfect amount of time. And since I got a little fun injury, why not test it out? So what I'm gonna do is show you how to apply it, how it looks like now, and probably after a week or a few days, I'm gonna try to do a little review again to see how effective it was, if I noticed any recovery. So kind of scary because maybe I made the best of that Joe I had, or it could be a total dud. Though I doubt it because a little bit of research, the ingredients definitely have healing properties. So I have faith that it's gonna work, but only one way to find out is test it out. So here's the moment of truth. All right, so here we go. Here's the Dit Da Jow. Now it might not look familiar. That's because what I did was, like I said in the video before, you have to keep it in a dark, cold place. So what I did was, I took a sock I had, cut a little hole, and actually I took two. One sock going on the top, one sock going on the bottom. You can use a rag or anything. The reason I like the sock is because it keeps it tight and keeps it covered rather than a cloth it might take off. And what I would do is I would keep it under my bed in a dark corner. Possibly you can use a cellar or a closet, but it's more convenient under the bed because it's dark, it's damp, and you can always, right before you sleep, just take it off under the bed, give it a few shakes. So for this I did 30. And then put it back in, you're done. Now, when you started out, you would shake it a lot more, twice a day. Maybe after a few months, once a day, and then you don't even have to shake it every day. So sometimes I would shake maybe 3 to 2 times a week. So, just to keep it up. As long as it is, it doesn't need that much. And it does all the work itself. Just try to keep it out of the sunlight. Like I said, keep it damp and cold if you can. So, don't hold it by the window. That's the worst thing you can do. So let's open it up and see. I haven't used it yet. So that's what I would say, either a sock or something like this. So here we go. There's our homemade Dit Da Jow. Yep. Alright, so here's the jow. Let's begin our testing phase. So let's have a little open. Let's check out the smell, see what it smells like. Oh man, that's strong minty flavor. It's like very well. I mean, mostly it's rubbing alcohol, but it has a very interesting smell to it. Oh man, it's smells like pine tree a little bit, a little sweet, but really strong alcohol. Smell to it. Well, regardless, it smells good overall. So now let's apply it to the injury. So how you do it? Same way as other chows. Just gonna grab, or me to put a little bit on your arm. Oh, great. You got some motor sounds. Well, regardless of that, either way. So put a little on your arm, like such, and just rub it up. I mean, not rub it up, just rub it all around. Especially on the tight areas, try to go down to get the blood flow. So warm it up. Okay. Now, here we are. So get on the right areas. Now I don't know if it's a placebo effect, but I'm feeling a slight relief. So, possibly a little more. So now also the reason you're gonna use your jiao, like I said, save it for emergency. It's not an everyday thing after you train. So usually if you get a big injury, let's say you've been training a long time, well not hours obviously, but you know like a long session or a really hard session where you feel a lot of bumps and bruises. So then you would just apply it in those senses. Also, like I said, guys, make sure you wash your hands before you eat and never ever consume this. That's the #1 rule I said. Make sure this is only for external. So if you have any cuts or deep wounds, please don't use it. Let it heal first. Maybe then apply. I mean, this one though is not toxic, but just for the sake of being safe, many Dit Da Jows contain some herbs that are toxic when you take them internally. They have to be outernal. So it's not internal, but just use them on the outside. So there we go. Wow. Kind of surprised it's actually working. Wow, did not expect that. Not even exaggerating. Like I feel a relief. It's not a big relief, but definitely seems to help. So gonna do this for a few days and then I'll post another review or an update before I finish off the video. Alright. Now that's it. We rest. Then just gonna cover up our Dit Da Jow. Put the sock back on. Whoop. And I'll see you next time I get hurt. So, thank you, Mr. Dit Da Jow. So, this is day number 3. After 2 days of applying jiao, I'm going to show you maybe some of the results and how I feel, how effective it was. So, first off, I would say with the injury, first day I applied it, it was just really painful. It helped with the pain. Second day, I noticed my leg was swelling up. Because, you know, usually when you hit something hard, the bruising comes the next day, the following day. And it got a little worse, but when I put the jiao on it, it helped liberate the pain. Not a lot. It's not like you rub and it's gone, but slightly, it made it hurt less. And the next day, I noticed the bruising got a lot less. Either, I don't know if it's time. I think it really helps the recovery, though. Usually when I get bruising, it takes longer. This appeared to help, so maybe it's that, maybe I just got lucky, recovered faster. But either than that, we'll just apply one more day, hopefully, maybe like a week of this, maybe less. This is usually just for injury. Usually with training, this wouldn't happen, but you know, with life, things happen. So just apply first, shake it up a bit. And the reason I shake it up is, you know, you want to get all the ingredients a little mixed in so they're not settled on the bottom. So every time you apply it, just remember to do that as well. Pretty good idea. So get a little bit and rub it down. So, and that should do it. Very strong smell though. Pleasant but strong. Very neat. Okay. So, to cover you up and put you away for later. So, overall, let's let it dry off. So, now my final conclusions about the jiao. So, what would I rate it? I would rate it decent. Maybe not as much as I expected because it is a homemade jiao. And it's fairly new. It's only been about a year. So, you know, jiaos, the better types will take a longer time. So maybe in a few years, I might compare it, see if it's better or not. But as it is, it'll do the trick. I'm not going to say it's the best thing. I mean, you can use other, like, tiger balm, for example. I mean, that will help as well if you don't want to go through the process. But this was more of a experimental type, you know, making your own Dit Da Jow, testing it out, seeing how it works. And overall, I'm satisfied with the results. Overall, I'm satisfied. So if I had to give this 1 out of 10, I would probably say about a 7. So like a C grade. It is decent, but I would say it's not even fully ready. So for what it is, definitely it's decent jow. And if you want to make this yourself or try it out, I'll put a link in the description below so you can check it out. And as well, like with everything else I say, do your own research. So look it up, come up with better ingredients, maybe try some out, test it out. Always study, and then if you're not sure you have allergic reactions, then ask a doctor or a medical advisor, something like that. But overall, definitely, if you made this and you followed it, definitely say it'll be worth it. So either a rainy day or a hard training session, definitely decent job you can make at home. So I'm giving it a thumbs up. A little skeptical, maybe not as best as I expected, but it does the job well. So definitely will endorse it. So this is pretty cool. All right, well, that's it. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.